Yeah, open up
Okay.
my subscription to Twitch again. Dang.
You can urge at the turn finals.
Nice.
Like the part with what?
Redesigned the UI. They changed the UI. Okay.
Yeah, they did.
Under graphics. All right, so go under video and options. It's on the video display. You change player video avatar size. Yes. Yeah, I can hear myself. I'm fucking answering myself like an asshole.
You see on the video options.
Yeah. So go to the card, go to audio and video. In the second little tab, this is video.
Mhm.
You see it?
Yes.
So under there, go to player video
Thank
avatar
you.
size.
Much better. Thank you very much.
I think I just
Thank
took a
you.
crap.
It's much better. I'd rather up there than down where it was.
Does that echo? Is that the game or is that you?
I have mine. You know what? Mine's just going over speaker. That could be.
All right, let's try this. So I got my computer coming off my speaker. Settings. I want this to come off my headset. I want this to be my headset.
Okay, one of you guys say something.
Something.
Leche.
All right, so I can hear you guys over my headset. So any sound I hear now should be. Yeah. Okay. So there's sound in Twitch. But no, I couldn't hear you when you just said that. But no, I couldn't hear you when you said that.
I heard that lag response. Are you watching Twitch as well?
I'm watching the Twitch at the same time. That lag response you hear, that's my voice coming over again. And you still can't hear him though. He's trying to talk and he's not coming over.
Yeah, I didn't hear it either.
You guys want the Twitch thing?
Oh. Maybe.
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
yeah,
could-
you know what? Sure.
You guys can watch our videos. You can see how the games go. Now we can hear you. I can hear you.
Yes.
Yes.
Twitch.
Yeah. This is the Twitch. Yeah, I can't hear you on Twitch either. I can only hear you over the headset.
Can't hear myself.
Twitch either. I can only hear you over the headset. What are you doing?
Somebody help.
What's wrong with you? Are you hiding back there?
I'm in pain.
All right, how about now? Okay, now I can hear myself on Twitch. Can you guys hear me? No, obviously
Yeah,
not.
I came over the Twitch. No, I can only hear you on Twitch.
All right, can you hear me on Roll20?
Yes.
I mean, on
Zoom, yes.
I'm gonna put some lips.
so you guys can't hear me on Zoom?
No, yeah.
Yeah, we've been hearing you on Zoom. No problem.
Yeah, you're coming over both now.
It's never. I wish there was that was a cleaner way to do this. I'm
It
gonna have to
was.
get another
It's a process.
way
The
to do
new
this.
how he did it is real nice, bro. He did a real good job.
Oh boy. So you guys can't hear me at all.
I can. I can hear
Yes.
you perfectly.
You just hear me on Twitch.
I'm
No,
not.
I'm on Zoom, so I can hear you on Zoom.
I
I'm not on Twitch.
Of course.
So you guys can hear me on Zoom.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah. We never didn't hear you.
Top his head.
No. All right. So that was the issue. I couldn't hear. I couldn't tell if you guys couldn't hear me on Zoom. I know I can hear myself on Twitch, so we're good.
You stupid. Yeah.
I don't need to hear myself on Zoom, so long as you guys can hear me just fine. Okay. Now then the question becomes, can you hear anything else? Okay.
I'm not up there. No, they ain't put me up there yet. Like I said, my character has to be approved first, so.
All right, can you guys can hear the music and everything?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yeah,
hear the
very
music.
low.
You guys can hear the music and everything?
Yeah, hear the music.
Okay, good. All right, so we finally got everything. I think we got the audio right. How you doing, everybody? I am DM Discretion. This is Gotham After Dark. It is a Heroes Unlimited base campaign. This is superhero TTRPG, but it is a grim tale, hence the name Gotham After Dark. We are in our session 0 with several of our friends and players here from our other games and some new additions. We have Minimax, Crimson Sage, Artemis, Noctum, Emerald, and the Fortune Teller. All right, so I'm going to go, while I'm doing some additional fixes here, why don't you guys tell me a little about your character, and then we can go through it. Let's start with Minimax.
What do you want to hear?
Now you can tell us.
Origin
You can tell us
story
what
or
Minimax is
just a
all
quick
about.
little rundown? All right. Minimax has the ability. Well, Minimax grew up in Brooklyn. He has the ability to grow beyond 100 feet and shrink to under an inch. He also has the ability to go intangible. He's been doing the superhero thing for a little bit now, and he works for Helios, which is his girlfriend's company.
Okay.
His girlfriend Emerald, who was also on the team.
All right, that's not weird at all. We're very inclusive. All right, so thank you, Minimax. All right, let's talk.
You're inclusive of us heteros. Thank you.
I'm just saying everybody's got to be included. Let's move on to Crimson Sage. He comes from our Heroes Unleashed campaign, and there's a deeper backstory that we won't get into right now. But why don't you tell us about Crimson Sage a little bit?
Crimson Sage from Spain, monster hunter, trained in demon hunting specifically. Master of the Sage Blade, which is a hooked blade. His sole purpose is to protect humanity at all costs, even if it includes putting his life on the line. He does everything to honor his family and his name and his organization, which is a secret sect that's worldwide. Right now, he is part of the GSTF, and due to that, I get to re-encounter Emerald again from our childhood growing up, and she realizes I'm all grown now, but still just as shy. And because of that, I became the liaison to Helios for the GSTF. So that's primarily what my role is now.
Okay. Very cool. Thank you very much. All right, moving on to Artemis. Talk to us about Artemis, and we're going to be changing that your graphics because that is not Artemis. That is
No, it's
just
not.
the
I do
Zoom
apologize.
picture. No worries.
Yeah, I've been wondering
get
why
that
he looks
fixed.
like a Power Ranger, actually.
And some of our players are not going to be on video, so they're still running on Windows 78. We will
77. Thank
we
you
will-
very much.
I was close. We will adjust their graphics to reflect their current characters. Okay, go ahead, Artemis.
Alexandra Hunter is the daughter of a former hero by the name of Brolette, who was an Olympic hopeful who was a protege with the bow and entered into the trials for the Summer Olympics in archery. She qualified and was going to place gold, but two heroes broke. Well, a hero and a villain broke through during the competition. It happened to be her father, and the other guy was the aggressor. The fight ensued. The aggressor shot her father with a particle making him lose his leg. She took up the bow and took the aggressor out, which brought attention not only to her being an Olympiad, but to the government of Greece to back her up in the Super Soldier program.
So the character is a Greek national, a naturalized American, or on a green card type situation.
She's she.
Yeah, you were talking about me in the wall. You better watch yourself.
Yeah. I can enter America without having to go over a wall, but I'm just saying.
She just looks. She don't. It won't count.
Listen, I was all for the wall. Okay.
My father is
Worst
American.
mistake they would have
happens
done.
to be Brolic, and my mother is Greek, so she lives in Greece. She lives in Greece, and she represented Greece and everything else like that under the training program for the Super Soldier program, as well as being trained. Whatever she knows with the bow, she learned from her father, but because through the Super Soldier program and training, she got it polished by her mentor, another mentor by the name of Manticore. And he became a sniper scout with her bow, as well as escort, doing missions throughout Greece and part of Italy and wherever they may need her. She came across Crimson Sage after they was going after the same person, coming to find out that the person they was going after, to Artemis, he was a drug dealer and a weapons dealer and an assassin trying to kill the person that she was trying to protect. To Crimson Sage, he was actually a demon, a lower level demon, trying to set up, quote unquote, a base or a hub for one of the planes of hell to do whatever he was bidden to do. We came across him together and wound up killing him. And ever since then, Emerald caught wind and saw what was going on because she was at the meeting. She gave me her card and told me if I was ever interested, give her a call.
Okay. All right. And your association with Helios, you work with Helios or you don't? That's not nice, Noctum. That's not cool.
You must have said something.
You should look at the chat. He put a lot of Z's up there. That's ouch. That's hurtful. That's just very hurtful.
I don't care.
Okay, so your association with Helios, you work with Helios, for Helios, or independent operator? We didn't really get to delve into too deep in.
I work with Helios.
Okay. All right. So moving on to Noctum. Noctum, tell him about Noctum and who he is in relation to this world.
All right, Noctum is a first-generation Irish American, former military and former law enforcement. He's a tech head. That's his primary focus, and he is part of the foundation of Helios.
Okay. All right. So he's a founding member of Helios. And by the way, what does Helios stand for? This is their super group, and we'll get into a little bit more of that in a few. But what is Helios?
Okay, when it's my turn, I'll
okay, so Noctum, are you all set? Or you got more?
Yep, I'm all done.
Okay, cool. So that moves us on to Emerald. Emerald is the leader or one of the founding members of Helios. So tell us about Emerald and what Helios is all about.
Okay. Founding member Emerald, real name Angelica Austin, probably one of the few members that actually has a public identity. She's a billionaire, born to a Texas billionaire. She's a mutant. She's one of two siblings that actually have mutant abilities to control light. and
Who's the other one?
her brother's name is Speedstar. He's an independent hero, but they both have light abilities, but they're different. So she basically her background is, you know, she's come from generational wealth. So her family was from oil, gold, and jewelry. Um, she decided, you know, moving forward that, you know, as to use her money, she would she would fight causes that have to do with protecting the environment, climate change, and doing things that have to do with clean energy.
Okay.
Right. Um, so that's where most of her money and other stuff is. She's also a social media influencer. Most of her social media influences is to talk about the things to do to help the planet. Her company is Pharos Industries, and that's what most of that is.
Okay. And Pharos Industries is a multinational. What is it?
Yeah, it's worldwide. It's called Pharos. It's actually called Pharos Hope. It's supposed to be the beacon of hope.
Okay.
So it's Pharos Hope Industries, and the way she started Helios, which stands for Hero Enterprise Leasing and Integral Operational Services, is one day she was out with her boyfriend Minimax, and they ended up stopping a terrorist action while they were on a date. They were probably like the opera or something. Her relationship with Noctum
wasn't a
I
Kanye
don't do
concert.
opera, man.
What?
Come on, man. I'm from Brooklyn. You don't know opera?
Yeah, okay.
You gotta be cultured, man. Come on, you're dating a billionaire.
Be quiet, Stedman.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
Her relationship with Noctum is that he was connected to a friend of mine, Crimson Sage, who I met when we were teenagers, and we had shared some secrets with each other about who we are, and they knew each other, and he sent him to me, and I helped finance his work, and he also has helped me, you know, build Helios along with Minimax. So a lot of our technology and everything like that, and you know, all that information is a lot of the product of his ingenuity and tech.
Okay.
And we started Helios basically to show people that people with powers and abilities, etc., are also capable to, you know, protect the public even as independents. But we are law-abiding, so we do work with other government agents. So when they put Crimson Sage on our team as a minor oversight, we welcomed him because obviously he knew a bunch of us, you know. So that's it. But her powers are basically she controls light. She transforms into light, and she's rich.
I mean, that is a superpower.
Yeah. So she financed.
I watched all 4 seasons of Succession, so I know what that is.
You know what I need to watch? I need to watch Billions. But continue. That's it. I'm done.
Okay. And last but not last, but second to last is the fortune teller. Tell us about the fortune teller.
Fortune teller is a native of Iceland.
Oh, I forgot one thing. Sorry. She's from Texas. That's it.
Okay.
Yeah, she's from New York, but yet she gets money from.
She's from Brooklyn, Texas.
Yeah.
BBQs?
All right. So the fortune teller. What's the fortune teller's true name? Alter ego?
His true name is Magnus Olafsson.
Yeah, you can't get more Nordic than that.
Basically, he is 100 years old, but he looks like he's 50, and he
what I feel
suffers from a disability, and he had a hard time controlling his psychic abilities, and the Hugo group brought him in and helped him, and he was with them basically for the rest of his time. And the Hugo group has helped Helios time and time again. And then what happened is I transferred from the Hugo group to Helios to help them for like missing people and help people, especially people who can't control their powers. I tried to aid them in learning how to control their powers.
Okay. So the Hugo Group, is it essentially a super group or a non-profit? What is it?
They're all mind mages.
It's a group of psychics.
Yep.
Okay. Well, we can get into that a little bit more because that's kind of interesting. And they're all Scandinavians and they operate out of Iceland, or you said Finland?
No, Iceland.
Iceland. Okay. Always wanted to go there. I heard it's beautiful. All right. And last, but certainly not least, is one of our other players who's not quite ready yet, but I will let him talk about his character. His character's name is Montserrat Hortolano. Did I say that right? Is he here?
Yeah, you said it right.
Okay. So talk about Montserrat and what your concept is for her and how you're utilizing her.
Well, it's the male version of the name, so it's the female version has an E. So he's a boy.
It's a male. Okay.
Yeah.
I apologize.
That's okay. They're both close.
My grandmother's name is Monserrate, so that's why I just associated with a woman.
I know. I got a friend that has the same name. Montserrat is from a Hispanic version of Earth, one that's heavily teched out and seeping in magic. The world in itself is taken over by corporations, even though the governments are there, but they're just there to please the corporations.
Okay.
What makes that different from this world?
The corporation actually run things over there a little stronger.
And they're not
here.
And they're not faking it, like the government actually has power.
There's no propaganda. It's straight up, we run the world, and
yes,
yeah, everybody else is a puppet.
Pretty bad. The magic was at one point magic erupted and tore up the planet, and there's many horrible things that happened during that time. But my character in itself, he's pretty much a victim of corporate wars.
Okay.
His parents were killed because of corporate espionage and stuff. His dad was his father was developing a vehicle that he wound up inheriting, and when that happened, he was forced to flee. He took the vehicle with him, and for a short time he was running from place to place doing small jobs to keep alive. And it was on one of these jobs that it brought him to your Earth.
Okay.
So he was contracted to evacuate some wounded soldiers in this very hostile high magic area that was infested with insect spirits. And what had happened was there was a battle, and during the battle there was a magical backlash, and a rift opened and pulled him through. And so when he landed on Earth, he ended up meeting up with his partner, who's not here. So I'll let his partner talk about it.
That's Hall, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
So
well, when he'll probably join us in the next game, but all right. So we got the layout for most of our players. Like I said, this is a session 0, so it's just going to be we're going to do some role playing, but the deep dive is going to come after everyone is completely finished. I want everyone to have everything all ready, and unfortunately we weren't able to accomplish that by the time that the game had started. So what I'm going to do is I wrote something here. I'm going to give you guys a sense of where you are in relation to the world that you exist in. The game is called Gotham After Dark. Now, Gotham is not Gotham City. It's not DC. It's New York City. New York City is also known as Gotham. It's the Big Apple. So it's Gotham After Dark. It's going to be a dark superhero campaign, and by dark I mean it's going to be gritty. We have very powerful characters that are going into this world. They've created their own supergroup. They're existing and trying to bring light to darkness. So I'll start with this. The city of Gotham, known for its darkness and corruption, is once again under the grip of fear. A string of high-profile... Well, no, that's not what I wanted to read. That's later. Amidst the chaos, your team of extraordinary individuals has risen, offering a glimmer of hope in the shadows. As the city's newest and most unconventional group of heroes, and I think that pretty much covers everybody here, you find yourselves thrust into a mystery that will test your skills and cohesion. Working together, your team sets out to follow the clues, utilizing your respective abilities to unravel the truth behind the enigmatic figure orchestrating this wave of chaos. All right. And as Gotham's protectors, the fate of the city lies in your hands. Only by harnessing your collective brilliance, technological prowess, mutant powers, and combat expertise can you hope to uncover the truth, bring culprits to justice, and save Gotham from its own descent into eternal night. Now, this is going to be a current day scenario. By the way, if not on you guys, if you can mute your mics, that would be great because there's a lot of background noise coming in. So the city itself is alive. It's its own person. Anyone that's been to New York City knows this. The city is its own character. It takes on the personality of its residents, its inhabitants. And right now, in the current day, the city has taken a darker tone. The levels of corruption vary, and by corruption I mean political, sociological, and economical. The introduction of the superhero has only intensified this dynamic between the forces of light and dark. Whereas you're trying to shine light on this corruption and reveal its sources and root it out, the forces that are your antagonists are only becoming more entrenched, more devious, more willing to do everything that they can to hold on to power, grab more, and possibly eliminate their enemies, being yourselves and any other groups that operate within the city limits. Now, your group isn't necessarily a sanctioned government agency. However, you have a working partnership with the state, with the local government. I wouldn't even say the state government, with the local government of the city. Now, this alliance is tentative. For the most part, since you've been in operation, and I'm going to take some creative liberties, if I may. You have been operating within the city. You've been operating in the city for how long?
About a year.
About a year. All right. In that year, you've made some high-profile arrests, but because you're not sanctioned, they're more like citizens' arrests, sort of like what Superman does. He's not up until the more recent, iterations of the character. You don't necessarily work for the government, but you operate as a protector. You as protectors. The public has allied with Helios, but there's always this undercurrent that it could be that it's temporary, that you're only as good as your next photo op, your next your next arrest, or how you comport yourself in public. Everyone here has a secret. Your identities are secret, correct? No one knows your true names or your true identities.
As far as I know, I'm the only person that everybody knows who I am because I'm not my identity.
Okay. So Angelica
I try
is.
To keep on the DL.
I'm sorry.
I try to keep on the DL.
Okay.
I'm known to my team, but in the public eye, I try to be as discreet as possible.
Okay.
My
So
tactics are
the
more
reason,
in the show.
let me add some more context. As
Alright.
far as like masking,
Hey,
if you guys have
actually-
masks to conceal your
Yeah,
identity, stuff
In
like
the
that.
public, when I'm engaged in the field, I definitely do have a mask. It's a traditional ceremonial mask.
Okay.
Presenting my avatar.
Okay.
Which is my dire wolf.
Okay.
But in the organization itself, within the confines of the base or whatever the case is, wherever I'm at, they can see my face. Now, whether they really know me or not, that's up to you. But the team has gotten to know me a little bit better within my shyness, of course. But yeah, I try to be as
What do you mean by
discreet as
shyness?
possible when I'm in public.
Let's be a little bit more descriptive so everyone has a better understanding of what that means.
The character is very awkward in social settings. He does what he's told, pretty much. Like if he's given an order, he'll carry it out to the best of his ability. But he doesn't know how to engage in social nuances and stuff like that.
Okay.
Tries to keep to himself most of the time. The only time that they see him a little extrovert is with his wolf. Like he's connected to the wolf. You can see that obviously. And the only time that shyness breaks is when they see him in full operative mode, meaning when he's engaged in hunting or engaged in battle. At that point, it's almost like a complete switch to the personality. His confidence is through the roof, his abilities through the roof. If he needs to take tactical measures, it's because of his training. But once he's outside in regular social settings, he's awkward.
Okay.
Minimax's identity is public as well, but I mean, he does wear a mask with goggles, and he doesn't really make a big deal of. I don't do press conferences saying, "Hey, my name is Patrick Champion," this, that, and the other.
Right.
But his identity, he's not doing anything to hide it.
Okay. Okay. Good to know. And what about you, fortune teller? And by the way, if you can, I'm going to go back to the beginning. Start with Crimson Sage. If you can describe your costumes, this way, that's something that everyone also has an idea of what you look like.
My costume is very simple. It's red and black. Almost like if it were. Actually, the perfect design would be what James has right now. Think of it like that, the from the neck down.
Yeah.
Something to that effect. But all black chest, red arms on the top, like if they were arm guards on the top. Black to red gloves.
All right, so you know what I'm going to do? I'm going to take that picture. Artemis, if you can email me that picture, I can Photoshop and change the white to black. This way you can use that as an icon.
And the mask is a black and red wolf mask, almost like a traditional Japanese samurai type mask.
Okay.
But instead of it being the lion head or the dragon head, it's a wolf head.
Okay.
That's my costume. And it's absolutely ceremonial. It offers absolutely no protection. It's not like it has an AR of anything or SDC of anything. It's 0.
Gotcha. Yeah. Okay. All right. So Minimax.
The outfit is very similar to, if you remember, Giant Man's blue and yellow outfit.
The one with the antennae? Because he's had many different iterations of.
He has.
You talk about the ones. You talk about the ones from the Ultimates. In the Ultimates comic.
He's talking about that red and blue one.
No, yellow. But
okay, with the Y, the white stripe.
Yes.
Okay, I got you.
Yeah. I would say that there's like the base color white, and it has like little trim.
I couldn't hear you. You're breaking up just a little bit.
Oh, sorry. I said it's actually more white. The color is white, but there's blue no trim. But it's very similar to that.
Yeah, you're still coming in broken up.
Yeah, you're gonna have to.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. All right, we can come back to you. All right, so let's go to Noctum.
All right. Dressed in all black military gear, fatigues, balaclava, and boots with a cloak on. I posted a picture, and I don't know if we can move it on. Basically, he's dressed in all black.
You posted a picture on Zoom?
Yeah.
Okay. I'll check it out. All right.
Ooh, nasty. Nasty. I like it.
Thank you.
Yeah, it's weird. It's not coming in up on my end, but oh, there it is. I'm sorry. Oh yeah, okay. Yeah. All right. I got you. That is kind of nasty. It's kind of nasty. All right. So let's talk to Emerald.
All right. So Emerald, because she's public, she's very attractive. She's like super pretty. She has
It's like, I'm pretty.
multicolored hair. So have you ever seen like the character Halo from The Outsiders? It's like that, but instead of just mostly blonde with just a couple of streaks, like her entire hair is like rainbow colored.
Okay.
Right. So the entire Roy G. Biv spectrum. So she's got that. It's one of the reasons why she doesn't decide to hide her identity.
Okay.
Her costume is a little more not skin tight. It's a little more contemporary, but it has like an emerald symbol, but it's got different colors.
Mm-hmm.
Like red, blue, yellow, green. Obviously, it has the emerald symbol. I'll probably draw something up, but that's mostly what she looks like. Like I said, no mask, and like a pair of comfortable boots, no heels. something that makes sense.
Red bottoms.
Nice.
Manolo Blahniks.
You know what?
I mean, you could afford them.
You know what I miss? I miss that. Remember, Eric, that program that we used to use back in the day?
Yes! Oh my God!
What was it, Hero Builder?
Hero picture.
Do we have that still?
I don't know.
I gotta look to see if they still have that.
I think James has said it. It was called Hero Builder.
Yeah.
Yeah, because it literally allowed you to customize anything really with it and create your own avatar.
Mm-hmm.
Just kind of cool.
Okay.
Well, these days there are AI-driven programs, or
Yeah, we-
listed as AI-driven.
Let's find that.
I've tried to use some of those AI programs. They still have a ways to go.
So, well, if you end up finding one that I can check out, I'll definitely
one that I'm not paying for. I'm not paying
exactly.
for that. Yeah.
Whatever, just find me something. I'll
yeah, we'll figure it out. And if you find anything, let me know too. That'd be cool.
Yeah.
All right, so let's move on to the fortune teller. Unmute, sir. You're still muted.
Am I?
Nah, there you go.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, basically all in black, almost like a suit with a long trench coat, black top hat, the mask of
what are they called? A plague doctor, right?
Yeah. And I walk with a black cane that has a hidden sword in it.
Okay. Let me see if I can find one.
No, I have it right here. Well,
no, I'm saying so I can post it because I know that I can. If I get a link, I can post it. The picture.
It looks like Spy versus Spy.
Yeah, exactly. That's what. You know what? That's what it is. That's what.
Oh, that was so funny.
That's what it is. Okay. So I think I posted it on the Roll20 chat, but it's not coming through. So, but anyway, the plague doctor. All right. So you're a plague doctor. And that leaves Montserrat. What is his outfit? And by the way, Montserrat is from an alternate dimension, so he's not exactly human, is he?
No, he's an elf.
He's an elf. Okay. Well, that's going to stand out a little bit, but not too much in terms of your
I like that.
blendability.
Yeah, he's an elf. He's mostly a driver. He prefers to be in his vehicle whenever he can.
Mm-hmm.
He wears a driving suit, armored driving suit with a helmet. The suit itself is it's a royal purple.
Okay.
It's just a solid royal purple driving suit. His helmet is black.
So, do you have a mask, or is your identity out there? I mean, how long have you been in this dimension?
He wears a helmet, so his face is always covered.
Mm-hmm.
And the vehicle
what kind of helmet? Like a bicycle helmet or what?
Yeah, it's a driver's helmet. So it's visored and it's protective. The whole suit is protective.
Okay.
When he's not in his when he's not driving or in his suit, normally he likes to dress spiffy, even though he likes to dress spiffy. So he wears suits most of the time.
Okay. All right. Okay. So.
I have a picture of his face. I have a profile picture of him.
Picture of the plague doctor. Yeah.
I have a profile picture on roll 20 about how he looks like outside of his armor.
Okay. All right. Cool.
Where are you sending?
It's on roll 20. Look in the chat.
Oh, okay.
For all intents and purposes, something similar like this, but instead of just blonde with just those few streaks, just imagine her entire hair being fully colored, and then something like this, but it's multiple colors, and then say that little dot right, that little white dot, that would be actually a emerald colored, the emerald shape, like a diamond shape. So something. This is the best character representation that I find until I draw it myself.
All right, no worries. Okay. All right. The evening is it's a Friday. The city is bustling with the nightlife that becomes synonymous with a summer night. Temperature is approximately 75 degrees Fahrenheit, and it is 11 p.m. The group itself is...
Did you get my picture, Lou? Or?
No, not yet. But
okay.
You guys are all situated at your Helios base, which is, by the way, in Long Island, correct? Or
the main base is in Manhattan, so Upper West Side, right, Mike?
So you basically have your own sort of Avengers Tower.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. All right. So
Manhattan.
That actually makes this easier. You're there relaxing. There aren't you have staff that are monitoring the police wire and forwarding you to any information that comes across. Nothing that rises to the level beyond misdemeanors. No felonies. There was one murder, but that's being investigated by the CSU right now. And there's no evidence of a metahuman culprit. And during the course of everyone's relaxation and socialization, one of your techs, we'll call him Sam, he comes over to you and says, excuse me, Angelica?
Yes.
You're going to want to see this. He hands you a pad.
Okay.
And when you click on the pad, there's a video.
Okay.
Okay, so give me 1 second here. It's one of those grainy, distorted videos where you can see the outline. It's heavily snowed, distorted voice, and the face. It's a solid masks that you can make out where the eye holes are, where the mouth would be. High cheekbones, and there's a hood that's covering most of the head, so there's no ears protruding, no hair that's sticking out.
You said the video is grainy.
Yeah. So he says, I wouldn't normally bother you with this, but this seems pretty important.
Okay.
We are the Shadow Syndicate. You are in possession of one of our associates. We require him to be released to our custody immediately, or we will destroy your city. He is called the Shepherd. He is currently being transferred to a Supermax facility in Rochester, New York. You have 24 hours to release him, or a plague will be released upon you. Many will die. Save yourselves, save your city.
Okay.
This is I didn't really, we get a bunch of these, a couple of times a week. They get circulated on the subreddits and everything, but this one came directly to us on one of our secured channels. And just then, you get a call from the deputy mayor.
Okay. What's the name of the deputy mayor?
McCheese.
McShady?
McCheese.
McCheese.
Oh my God.
Hilarious.
Question, Lou.
Yep.
I have a question. I know that you yourself are physically in a different state, but are you using real world politicians?
No. They're all going to be made up.
Okay, that's what I wanted to ask.
All right. Deputy Mayor is David Carrigan. And you met him at a couple of functions. He's one of your he's one that has been providing you cover and giving you some good tidbits from the mayor's office. He's also been providing you with some good PR because the mayor is not necessarily convinced that Helios can be trusted yet.
Right. Okay.
So the phone rings. Pick up. Angelica, we have a situation that is it's delicate, and we're going to need a light touch on this, and I think it's going to fit right up in your alley for you and your team.
All right, darling. I'll see what we can do.
We just got a really, really cryptic message from some shadow syndicate. I don't know. They're all starting to blend right now, but there was an addendum to that message, and I'm forwarding it to you now. So he sends it. You can. It pops up on your tablet. This is another encrypted file, and in it you see what looks like live video feeds, but the timestamps are off. So he said, we got this about an hour ago. He said one of our tech guys thought it was a joke until we received missing persons notifications for each one of these people. There's 4 of them, and each one of these people is related to either a billionaire or or a hedge fund manager. So these are all money people.
And these people were all kidnapped.
And they're all kidnapped. And we have 12 hours to release this shepherd. It's like I didn't even know that they were transporting some meta villain through our city, but apparently that's happening right now, and it's a federal thing. So we're trying to track down who gave the authorization for that. He said the mayor's on the phone with the governor right now, and they're trying to figure out who made this call, but it's happening, and we need to figure out. These people are powerful. Let's put it to you this way: if we can get these people back, and at the same time figure out who's behind these kidnappings, that's going to go a long way to getting you guys sanctioned.
Okay. Okay, so this is
I'll give you the names of the people later. I'll do that in text.
That's
this way
fine.
we don't spend too much time on that.
That's fine. I do have a question. So a simpler one. Do we have a name for the Supermax prison?
No, it's actually we were just told that it's a new black site that's been built recently in the last 6 months.
All right,
so we don't even know where it is. We know that it's in and or around the Rochester, New York area, which is not good because that's not
secure location.
It's not a secure location, and it is pretty. It's not middle to upper class. It's completely upper class, outside of a small pocket in the downtown Rochester area. But
gotcha. So definitely very closer to residents. So if anything spills out, they're all
correct.
They're all in.
We don't even have any particulars on what the freaking place looks like.
No intel of from anybody from the inside of that. So you're still getting information.
We're still finding out about this as we're talking. We're finding out more and more. But he said, as usual, Uncle, the federal side is being really tight-lipped about this. Something about Homeland Security and and Terrorists Act, or
Yes, I completely understand. My question here is,
that's Brooklyn, Texas, right there.
Right, exactly.
I thought it was Jamaican, Texas. Like, what the heck is he doing?
I'm working on it. I gotta develop.
It's like Irial.
Right. I'm not good with accents. That's James. I'll just talk normal for right now. My question is, I just had it. All right, so we have Rochester, New York, middle upper class area. Do we have an image? Do we have an image of this shepherd? Do we have any more information on who this person is?
We don't. They're not giving us that info.
Okay.
They're not even confirming or denying that this person even exists or that they're in transit. But we have people on the inside that are telling us that this is happening, and it's happening now.
Okay.
Can I ask something real quick? I'm sorry.
Sure.
Well, that would also depend on whether or not he has the phone on speaker or if he has it to his ear.
Well, if it's directed to me, what I'll probably do is actually no. This is what I'm going to do. Not even probably.
I just wanted to ask you as the DM.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
That's all right. The initial message that he heard or saw, it was a video message, right? Was it a video message or was it a recording that was already?
It was a recording.
Okay. But didn't he initially say you have 24 hours? Because now the deputy mayor is telling us 12 hours.
Yeah,
is that what I heard?
They had it for hours before they were able to.
Yeah, I have a question why they took so long to
yes.
come to us.
Yeah, I noticed that discrepancy too. Well, what I'm going, what
yeah,
as
the problem is that we get a bunch of these. We get these on such with such escalating frequency that most of them turn out to be nothing.
Am I present there, Lou?
No, not yet. Most of them turn out to be nothing, but this one, because of the corroboration of the what do you call it? When they were reported missing, they were able to corroborate that this one was legitimate, but it was only hours after the initial message.
Makes sense. I also want to commend you on that great pun. You told Emerald this needs a light touch.
Oh, I saw that, and the brilliance. I
said, yeah, totally unintentional. My bad. Sorry about that.
Mm-hmm.
When Sam gives me the tablet, I walk through the penthouse. Who lives in the penthouse? Who's on the team?
That's not up to me to determine. You guys tell me.
No, asking the group.
Yep.
I know obviously Minimax is there, right? I assume Noctum is there also. Artemis.
Whoa. Why are you assuming I live there?
Because you my man.
I don't need your money, girl.
Oh, I said
make my own.
This is probably an offline conversation. I don't know.
This is becoming the main story now.
Yeah, I don't think we need to be a part of this right now.
This ain't about money. This is about my bed. Like, what's going on?
Hello? What happened?
Listen, let's keep the DV to a private session.
Yeah, that might be to a separate room. I don't think I want to be.
Oh, by the way, Luke, I put up the closest that my character will look in the Zoom chat.
Okay,
we'll
post it. We'll post it in the next game. This way, everyone. So what I'm going to do is when you guys see this recording, I'm going to take those pictures and I will cut them out and I will place them next to in the boxes by your characters' names.
Where is I'm trying to find.
I mean, you guys can't see it because we're on Zoom, but the way that I set it up for Twitch is going to be it already looks really nice.
I'm looking at it now. It looks great.
Lou, real quick.
Yes, sir.
Points on this.
I'm sorry.
Secret identity. Secret identity.
Yep.
For sure.
Okay.
I do live theoretically at the lighthouse. Excuse me, at the penthouse.
Okay.
But lighthouse, which is not known to everybody, is where I spend a lot of my time working in the lab.
Okay, that makes sense. That's where most of your facilities are going to be anyway, right?
Yeah, but that's a secret. So the state doesn't know that we're doing that we're operating.
The state only really knows. The city only really knows about the penthouse.
Yes.
Okay.
And the safe houses and the outreach centers
throughout the city.
Yes.
Okay. So just so that we're clear for everyone and for anyone watching in the live stream or the subsequent recordings that we'll be pushing to YouTube, this is a super group. These guys have funding. They are essentially the mini Avengers of this world. Starting out, I say mini Avengers because they're just starting out. They've only been in operation for a year. However, with the backing of Emerald and her vast fortune, which is going to get squandered away easily. I'm sorry, did I say that out loud? They have set up safe houses and places to go throughout the city, so it's going to be it's going to be interesting. So I'm sorry, continue.
Noctum, are you at the lighthouse right now, or are you in the house currently?
Penthouse.
I'm at the penthouse.
Okay.
Now, I'm assuming everybody's at the penthouse. That you don't necessarily have to say that you're living there, but you're there now when you received it, with the exception of Sage. And I'm going to go to Sage in a minute.
Yeah. Whatever I put, I throw all the information that I'm getting on whatever monitor we have. Everybody is seeing the same thing I'm seeing, so we can all discuss how to move forward with this case. So, yeah. So everybody's seeing what I'm seeing. That's what's happening. Everybody sees what I see.
Okay.
So, all right. what we need to do is find out who this shepherd is, what his past crimes were, and if there's anybody that has any intel on the Shadow Syndicate, and what kind of dealings that they have. Are they into drugs? Are they guns? Are they just superpowered heists? What do they do? Are they trying to take over the world? Everybody's got a motivation. So we need to get a lot of that figured out.
Anybody heard about these?
Yeah. So
Well, I mean, their name implies secrecy. So I'm going to say no for right now.
Right. Clearly,
but that will change. That has changed, obviously.
Right. So, and obviously the Supermax prison is hush hush because since it's a black site, we need to find out where it actually is, and see if there's if there's any attempt to free this shepherd, we need to obviously also intercept that. But we also have to find out what kind of plague that they're trying to threaten them. We've only got.
I need to make an addendum. It's called the Shadow Scale Syndicate. Yeah, so I'm going to strongly suggest that you guys utilize your character sheets to take notes.
That are supported by Lizzo.
I'm not talking about that. So,
wow.
Sir, can you give me a notepad, sir?
Oh, do I need to do that?
Notepad, sir. Thank you, sir.
All right, so while I'm doing that, I'm going to give you guys each a notepad. I didn't know that I forgot I had to do that.
That's on roll 20?
Yeah. Is it
I have one.
Add handout? That's what it is. Okay.
Where do I find that?
I have to put it in. As we're talking, I'm going to do that. So I'm gonna move to Sage. Now, with me and Sage, I gave him his own little prologue that is going to lead his character here. So just as an aside, you finally wake. You wake up to the beeping, the rhythmic beeping of the life support machine of the IV, not the life support, of the IV machine. You feel better, but your body is still racked with aches and pains. Some of them are imagined from that remembered instance before you arrived here. There's gaps in how you got to the hospital specifically, but you remember walking or stumbling out of that alley and finally hitting the ground, and some people were rushing to your aid. You're, buddy, are you all right? And a couple, an old woman's like, "Oh my God, he's Mexican." No, I'm just kidding. I'm sorry, that was pretty bad. So, but he is Mexican, by the way. I didn't throw that out. Now, no, you're a Spaniard. But they, Spaniard, Mexicans.
Give me a second, guys.
Okay, Trump.
It's like, and some of them are good people, I'm assuming.
My character's half Mexican.
Yeah. Wow. You got to do this and shit, Right. All right. Anyway, so essentially, your memories are a little convoluted or confused, but you remember the conversation that you had with your grandfather. You remember succinctly his words. Your wounds, whatever open wounds you had are fully healed but scarred. So there's still scar tissue. Again, your body is stiff, and you can see the nurse, and she's talking with with a security guard that wasn't necessarily posted outside of your room, but you can see them from the door. There's a package that's draped across the chair opposite your bed, and it's long, it's green, it has a red bow on it, but it also has the symbol of your family, your family's crest written in the ribbon. so you know that it's for you.
So open it up.
Okay. The once when you open it, you see that it's your sage blades, and there's a note that says, "Do not lose these again."
Zip it back up, and as best I can.
By the way, I'm sorry. There's also a duffel bag with your clothing.
So I'll put my gear on, minus the blades.
Okay, so the nurse finally sees you, and she comes into the room. She's like, "Sir, you have to lay down. You've been." Oh, she stops for a second because she was there when you came in. She's like, "What?" And she reaches over to touch you. You know, like she's looking at your where your bandages were. There was some blood clotting there, and she just moves, and she's like, "Oh my God, are you one of them?"
So I'm still in the haze. I look at her and I just go, "No."
But how? There's not even. It's just like. These were open. We didn't think you were going to make it.
She can obviously
She's like
look
walking around you, just looking at spots where she knows that some of the wounds were more
She
grievous.
can obviously see in my face that I'm extremely uncomfortable with her being that close to me.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm not doing anything offensive to scare her off or anything like that.
Okay.
I'm still trying to kind of get my bearings and finish putting on my gear. I turn to her and I tell her, "I apologize, ma'am, but I must go."
But you can't. You're still clearly hurt. And please get back into the bed.
I have no choice. I have to go. I thank you for your tending me, but I must leave. I do not want to put anybody else in danger.
Oh, please! It's important that you.
I'll be well.
Then you hear a beeping from the bag. It was one of the side pockets. There's a cell phone.
So
you can see it has it's set for your thumbprint. You put your thumbprint on it, and then you can see the location of the tower of the penthouse where they are, and then there's a small video clip of you getting into a sedan. You can see yourself talking on the phone and then getting into the sedan, and it's driving away. And
from the penthouse?
Yeah, from the lobby from the street level. And then below it, so these are all like virtual images as they come up. You see the video, and then the screen minimizes, and then you can see a picture of Emerald come up, and that gets minimized, and then there's another picture of Emerald, Minimax, everyone in this group that you know specifically. So it would be Emerald, Minimax, and Noctum.
Go on to the call list, see if there's any registered numbers there.
Emerald, Minimax, and Noctum. Otherwise, the phone is completely clean.
So close it, put it back in the side pocket, grab my gear.
Okay, and just so that we're clear, this is one of those Tony Stark phones. So it's a clear sheet of glass.
Oh, it's not a flip. It's just a screen.
Yeah, it's just a screen. So you can put it in your pocket, and that. Just wanted to let you know that that's what it is. That's...
All right. So grab my gear, thank her again, and walk out. As I walk out,
Are you sure? She's just standing there, and the security guard, he's looking at you like he regards you for a second, and then he was going to say something. You can see in his face that he thought twice about it, and because he saw it because of your gear. So he's just like, but I don't get paid enough for this.
So I kind of smirk at him, like a friendly smirk. And I just put my hand on his shoulder, like, it's okay. And I just continue moving out towards the exit. Once I get outside, I'm going to see where I'm at. Like, I'm going to try and gather my senses and kind of recall my location, like get my whereabouts, my bearings. Once I get my bearings, due to the phone, what I've seen in the phone, I'll make my way over to the penthouse.
Okay.
Now, question. Is it just my simple gear that I got?
What do you mean?
The costume, or is it the modernized costume?
It's the simple gear.
Okay.
It would be the equivalent of what you had now in this time.
Okay. And my blades were replicated.
They look... No. The blades that you have, they're your blades, but they've been cleaned and sharpened because you dug deep etches in the blades themselves in your last battle.
Wow. That says a lot because my blades were specifically made to kind of endure a lot.
Yes.
It's not Kaizen type, No,
I get you. And that's why I said it. So they took an extreme amount of you put them through the motions.
Okay. So I'll make my way over towards the penthouse, and since I know if I can recall the layout, and I know my way around, I'm gonna make my way through without much notice or effort. Just make it feel like I belong there. And the person that I would actually talk to the most would be Emerald. So I'll make my way towards her office when I get there.
Okay. You get past the security relatively easy, and the guy, we'll call him Joe. He's the usual night guy. He sees you, he's like, "Hey, Mister." There's a glimmer in there's a look of confusion in his face. And he's like, "So you're back? Are you all right?"
That's not in my head.
Okay, well, they're all upstairs. I think just waiting for crime.
So, thumbs up. Keep it moving.
Okay. You arrive just as Emerald receives the message. This is how we'll factor you into that whole situation, but it was at the tail end of his conversation with the deputy mayor. So as the elevator, the private elevator dings, you only allow access to certain individuals with specific codes. No one's supposed to be coming up because you knew that Sage had left earlier on a some clandestine operation that he couldn't talk about, which he does all the time. He then comes back in, but he looks worse for wear. He's not bandaged up, but there's some distinct scarring on his face that wasn't there a few hours ago. Speaking to Emerald, Minimax, and anyone that's in the room, which I would imagine is everyone at the point where he comes in.
I come walking off after coming out of
what happened to you?
The training area.
Okay.
So,
Sage, what happened to you?
I walk over to my friend. Oh, what? Are you okay? I grab his face. Oh, what happened?
What you'll notice immediately,
his skin is red hot.
My hesitation at her wanting to touch me, and I kind of recoil a bit, and she's gonna know that that's unusual. Not that I don't recall but there's something different about the way I do it right now.
Right.
Yeah.
Very
No,
PTSD.
I react. That's not. Is Shiori with you?
Yeah,
That's the other thing.
See
Shiori's
my
not
head.
there.
You see my head bowed down in deep sadness.
At this point, Shiori's just a puppy, but even as a puppy, she's as big as a full-grown German Shepherd.
Where's the baby?
Where's Shishi?
Angelica, can I speak with you?
Sure. Anything for you, darling. I walk to the side.
Brooklyn, Texas. Jamaican, Texas. I'm still trying to place it. Hear me now. Call me now. The stars are waiting for y'all.
No, I swear to God.
That's the way Sebastian Crab sounded in Little Mermaid.
All right, go ahead.
Dear friend, I'm not the sage you remember.
You're gonna have to speak up because you're a little far from your mic.
I tell her, dear friend, I'm not the sage you remember. And I come burdened with a daunting task that I hate to admit that I failed.
What do you mean?
You see tears dropping from his eyes. You see him completely distraught. This is even more uncharacteristic than you remember. Well, I can only remember bits and pieces, but there was a huge battle. And I can see my comrades in arms, my friends, dropping one by one. I'm desperately using all my will to keep fighting, even though I'm broken. But the enemy was just too strong, too powerful. We were too late to stop it.
All of this is like, I wouldn't say a punch in the face, but you're just so confused because earlier he was his same off-putting introvert self.
Right.
This is a different introvert, but he looks.
He's.
You can see the weather lines in his face. I don't know that how intuitive Emerald is just yet. You would be able to tell me more. But if you knew him since childhood, you can tell that there's something different about him.
For the brief moment that we spent time together, right? Like when we saw each other again, it was almost like, even though it had been like well over a decade and change, the connection was almost instant again, right?
Okay.
Like it was almost like it felt familiar. It didn't.
So you saying that, you don't sense that connection. You sense me completely cut off.
Okay. So
it's almost it's disconcerting to you. Let's put it like that. If that connection was like that, then you're like wondering, wait a minute, there's something off here. So I keep telling you, I'm only here because of Shiori. And I bawl almost to a point where I can't even speak.
And then what happened was.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. And
then they took my wow, and then. Sorry, I'm just ruining the whole moment. But go ahead.
The battle was so intense, and there was so much magic.
Magic.
There was so much destruction, chaos, darkness.
What I do is I know you reacted to me the first time, right? I put my hand on your shoulder, right? And then I hug you.
You sense a bit of resistance because I'm not expecting that. But you see me just give in to the hug.
Yeah,
like I don't hug you back, but I just got kind of.
No, that's fine. You can just
But in doing so, you also feel an immense amount of scarring all throughout my body.
Right. Okay.
Like you can tell I literally went through hell. I almost felt like it almost looked like I went through a grinder.
Okay.
So I turned away and I'm like, she already sacrificed herself for me. In the middle of this battle, a light opened up. I guess the way you could call it is a portal. At least it obviously was, because I'm here now. She pushed me through it.
We'll together find a way to avenge our friend's death. Because Shishi was a good girl.
Well,
so
and now you see me put my hand onto you, on your shoulder. I go, we must stop this.
Yeah, I'm almost
You don't realize what I'm.
Touch it. You're gonna break it.
The events that took place. It was the end of the world. We are its last hope. And I have no idea how much time we have before those events occur. I've literally been pushed back for a second chance at fate. And I know it's a lot to take in, but unfortunately, my other self cannot know that I'm here.
Your other self?
My past self, the one that works with you now.
Gotcha.
No Shiori.
Well, look, maybe what could help is because we'll have to tackle. I'll get more information from you about that. We need to heal, but maybe what will help is you diving into a case that we're working on now. And I bring you up to speed on what we're up against. I said, but you have to promise me one thing. You make sure that you go and you get yourself taken care of. We have medical facilities here, correct? Yes.
Yes, we do.
Yes, I got it here. I see it. You are going to be. You're going to go to the medical bay as ASAP. But I definitely need to have your eyes on this case that we're working on. And I bring you to the group, and I bring you up to speed on what we're facing. And she would have wanted this, just like.
You see the tears start again. Like I'm still processing all that.
Look, you take all the time you need to do that. When the time comes, for sure. Straighten up real quick. Be a good cow.
You see me brush off.
You could be.
You see something familiar about me. You see me steal up, like I man up, and you can tell that for an instant the old Crimson Sage there, right? And I look at you. I'm like, maybe you're right. Maybe I just need to distract myself, but I can't just be distracted too long.
No,
you need to.
You later on when you and I have a moment. I'm gonna need you to tell me everything from beginning that you can remember, and then we can work on that. Yeah. We can probably split the group up to do some investigation. But let's start with the problem we have at the moment. And like I said, I talked it. So okay everyone. We have 12 hours on our plate to try to prevent a plague from destroying our city. We were contacted by somebody called the Shadow Scale Syndicate through our encrypted channels. A gentleman named Shepard is being taken to a Supermax facility We have no information on who authorized this. The questions I have are, who is this shepherd? What does he look like? What has he gotten into? Is he a super like us? Is he a naturalized super abilities? Does he have tech? Is he an alien? What is his deal? I need to know where he was captured, and how he was captured, and when he was captured, right? And how long from all of that did they once they acquired him to bring him to the Supermax? Also, I want to know who the Shadow Scale Syndicate is. Is there anything on the dark web or anything that might have heard of them? Have they taken credit for any terrorist actions? What activities they might have been, and if we have any intel from anywhere, how many members might be part of this? Is it obviously it's clandestine? Are they in bed with politicians, other businessmen, things of that nature? Are they are they a gang member? Where do they operate? If they're in the city, are they in Hell's Kitchen? Are they in Chelsea? Or are they in Kids Bay? We need to find out anything and everything we could possibly find out about them. Anybody want to add anything?
Yes.
Yeah, you kind of skipped over the main part. We got to save these people they kidnapped. But
there's also some people we can.
But
yeah.
Like, and by the way, there's
other guys too.
There's innocent victims in this or something. I don't know.
Those other guys.
He's like, and by the way, there's 4 collateral damage victims that.
If you happen to see them while you're out there doing all that other stuff,
you grab them.
If you can, get a limb or two so that we can identify their bodies.
Wow. That'd be great.
That'd be awesome.
No biggie.
So, Lou.
Wait. Y'all.
I'm gonna make my way over to the medical place for the moment.
To try to get some Texas
twang in there,
and articulation.
Right, you might want to go to YouTube or watch a MAGA rally or something. I'm not sure.
Lou.
Yes.
You said there's 4 people who were kidnapped.
Correct.
Are they and you said they were all like high society. Are they the actual, like the children of the people who are actually rich, or are they the ones in charge of businesses and such? I just wanted to get a gauge of who exactly got kidnapped.
They're all the children of these business moguls.
Okay.
Is there something common about this particular group?
Save that question for the next game. But yes, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. I jumped the gun.
Just wanted to know if they, if the children of these particular businesses have anything related to them.
Okay. Yeah. So, and anybody else?
How old are these children? Are they adult children or are they children?
They're adult children.
Okay. All right.
We have photos of them.
Oh yeah, they're on the video. You can see them. They're in a traditional kidnapped victim's posture, sitting taped to a chair with duct tape around their mouths.
Are they all together in one room?
They're from. Okay, the answer to that is no, and you can easily tell by the surroundings. However, could also be fake.
Do I recognize any of the ones that are on that image in the images?
You're going to the medical bay.
Okay, I'll bite. Do any of them look familiar? Have I ever seen any of them before?
we need somebody studying the images of the rooms that they are in. So
have any of them seen doing any type of escort missions or anything else like that I've done?
All good questions. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to stop it here.
Okay.
Because yes, I'm sorry. Go ahead and knock them.
I'm going to task team with analyzing the video,
Mm-hmm.
both of what the mayor's office
Yes.
got and what we got directly,
Okay.
to see if we can identify. And I'm going to definitely start looking into this prison and this guy. What's his name again? Shepard.
Shepard.
Yeah.
And what kind of transport is he in? Is it like a standard? What do they have now? Not paddy wagons. What do they have? That they
Well, that's all to be determined. You don't know yet. Well, I haven't revealed that.
right, clearly. No, but I'm saying a standard. Like I'm asking, as a standard when they usually do this with most prisoners. How do they usually?
Probably an
Bus,
armored paddy
depending on
wagon.
who they are,
Yeah,
armored,
yeah.
armored with a full
This guy has
escort.
powers, right? So
We don't know.
probably
Yeah, he's
armored.
probably,
He has a name. We don't know his powers.
with a name
Oh,
like
we-
Shepard, he's probably an armored with an escort.
So
And then not for nothing, you got to think about this. If they're going to
It's
make
a
the
black
city
site
sick,
supermax prison, right? 4
Armored.
superhumans.
armored with whatchamacallit, they're not taking any chances. It'll be an
Oh.
armored vehicle with an escort, and they'll have armed guards on the inside. And not for nothing, they talking about they're gonna make the whole city sick. What's the
Luke.
best way to make a city sick?
Yes.
They would
I-
I would say infect the kids and let them go.
I I pick apart the footage.
Mm-hmm.
I go into the metadata and see if I can pluck out coordinates or anything.
Okay, so here's what we're going to do. I am going to stop it here.
Yep.
These are all good points and questions. Hold on to them. I've added your character notes to your profile. My advice, write out what you're going to do in your questions now while it's fresh in your mind. This way, when we come back, you'll know exactly where you are. Also, I always advise players, because I'm going to post this on YouTube, at least look at the last 10 minutes of the video. You don't have to see the whole thing. This way you can get it fresh in your mind where we were, what you were doing, and what your intent was, and then we can go right back into it without any real loss of time. So we did have a lot of loss of time because we were doing the initial setup, and we had some audio issues as usual, but I think we got it all straightened out, and this is going to be a good segue. The purpose of your group is to fight crime, save innocents. Did you guys come up with a mission statement for Helios? I'm curious because I got a lot of information.
Me and Mike didn't get a chance to talk about it today. We were going to.
You don't have to do it. But yeah, you don't have to do it. But if you choose to do it, that would be an interesting dichotomy to the way you guys are playing. Is what I'm getting at. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I appreciate the new level of challenge that I've never had to do in a game. So
there's going to be some nuances here. It's I'm trying my best to start us out where you guys have an even footing, but don't get used to it. Now, for Minimax, Crimson Sage, Artemis, Noctum, Emerald, the Fortune Teller, and Montserrat, aka Twitch. It's Twitch, correct?
Yeah.
Okay. We're gonna meet a new player hopefully in the next game, and then we will see you in the next adventure. Yeah.
Okay.
Thanks, guys.
Excellent.
Thank you.